Mike and Bill are two mentally insane shitheads who just so happen to love Star Wars. You are now being sworn in as their therapists, so anything they say or do, you are now being sworn in as their therapists. So anything they say during the show, you are now being sworn in as their therapist. So anything that is said on the show is held under attorney-client privilege, and blah, blah, blah. Fuck you.
All right, we are Zooming, and I think we are recording.
All right.
On my computer, on Wi-Fi. This is going to be a whole different adventure.
Yeah, I mean, the video looks so much better.
Yeah. So, did you want to do some reading, and then I'll check this video, see how it looks, and then we'll meet and discuss?
Yeah, I'm just finishing my coffee, and then I'm going to go downstairs to the cave.
I have to make coffee. That's what I'm going to do while we wait.
Go make
I'm
coffee.
so excited.
All right.
I love coffee.
Okay.
Oh my God! Look, there you are! How are we doing?
Got it.
Now you're hearing me?
Got it. Yeah, I had to switch from the Nano, which doesn't have speakers, to internal audio.
I don't even know what the hell any of that means. You're talking.
Nano's it's a microphone. It's this thing.
Nano is an iPod. iPod Nano. I like that hat. Dude, you're all about Mandalorian and Boba Fett right now. I love it.
Yeah, man. I got the combo going on.
Disneyland hat.
I love that hat.
I used to put pins on it all over the place. I don't know where most of the pins are, but I'd collect pins at Disneyland, and I'd put them all over this hat.
I bet you Edison picked the pins off.
No, I think I did. I think I was trying to sell them or something like that at some point, but like, because at one point I was like, why the hell am I collecting pins?
It's a thing. A lot of people do that. At Celebration, you'll see it's huge. Like people
I don't understand collecting so much. That's the issue. And I just did it because like everybody else did. I was like, oh, I should do this. So I did it. I mean, I do some of the pins, but like, I don't know. Why don't I do pins?
Yeah, collecting is stupid. I don't know why people collect.
Dude,
you know, collecting is stupid. Collecting is so stupid.
I'm not saying it's. Did I say it's stupid?
No. I was being funny. Well, you can't. When we die, we can't bring this shit with us, right? I mean, I don't think we can.
Oh, you're willing it to me.
Well, when I die, will you bury me with all my Star Wars and stuff, and all my toys and Transformers and stuff and pops?
I can't have it.
Well, you can have it.
You have doubles?
No, yeah. Well, I have a lot of doubles, but if I die before you,
your death in some way. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh,
yeah, it's important.
I'm just saying, if I die before you, you can have my stuff.
You'll definitely die before me. I'm immortal.
I know that. You're in space and you're breathing. It's weird.
Yeah, and I'm using both hands right now because I'm on my computer instead of on my phone. And I have face background. Once we download the app for you, you'll be able to do your background. But I kind of like your background. Your background's fun already. Good morning, handsome. I love it.
There he is. There he is. Oh, Mr. Porg. Yeah. I think I know where my porg is. When I was on a bender, I had my porg filled with vodka and OJ.
Dude, next time just fill it up with orange juice, man. Orange juice is awesome. Why ruin it?
I know. I totally ruined the fucking orange juice.
Orange juice, apple juice, juice in general, I love. Pomegranate juice, I have to mix with my Perrier. And if you mix pomegranate juice with Perrier, wow, just wait.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Now that's how I quit drinking, man. I started drinking blueberry pomegranate juice. It has to be Palm brand. Palm brand is important. Blueberry pomegranate juice. Actually, you know what? I did Perrier over ice with a splash of blueberry pomegranate juice, and it was the best non-boozy cocktail you could ever have in your life. I loved it, and it was my reward for getting through another day, which was what booze was for me at the time.
Right.
So that became my reward. And you know what? I'd even use my round Death Star ice cubes, like a highball glass, I think they're called. You know those big ice cubes, big round.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to use those, so it was like even more like a drink.
I appreciate those.
Perrier. That's how Perrier became my drink of choice and my way to get off booze.
I've still been looking for the Perrier, the ones that you have in the glass bottle. I can't seem to locate them at my.
You need to.
At my local. I know. It looks very special.
You're going to give me your actual town, and I'm going to start searching for you. And that's how important it is to me. For you to start drinking lemon and lime in the bottle. And the bottle is so much better. I don't know why it is. The glass bottle, maybe it's because there's no give and the bubbles react more. I don't know.
It's got to be it.
I don't know what it is, but it's amazing in a bottle as opposed to a can. A can's all right, but it's not as good.
Yeah. No, I think the aluminum gets into the flavor in a can. It's odd.
Well, also the aluminum has some give to it, you know? It's a little bit, it's slightly pliable.
Yeah.
I don't know if pliable is the right word, but you know what I mean. There's some
Yeah. Nothing's better than fountain though.
You
know,
think?
like out of the fountain. I mean, maybe not for Perrier, but like when I did.
You're talking about sparkling waters?
No, I'm just talking about carbonated beverages. I think that the fountains, like the fountain sodas, I don't really drink soda anymore, but fountain sodas are good.
We should get you a soda stream to make club sodas with. Or or you just buy club soda.
I've seen those. We had those at my office, my old office.
I've never used one. I think I bought one for my one of my old bosses when I was working on The Apprentice back in the day.
Oh God!
No, not The Apprentice. Glee. Sorry, Glee. And According to Jim, I worked for a husband and wife that were both producers of television shows, and I worked for both of them. According to Jim, and then I went right to Glee after that because I started working with the husband.
Yeah. Don't ever bring up that you worked in The Apprentice again. We're gonna lose viewers.
Not my fault, man. I just got my boss lunch.
Were you a PA
I was
on that?
Executive assistant on that show, which meant that I basically just I wasn't even a full executive assistant. I was just basically like a personal assistant to the two executive producers of the show. So I was just basically going out just doing personal stuff for them, which was a hell of a job. My God.
You were getting people coffee, basically.
For the most part, I was giving them lunch and just doing random errands, like go to the store and buy me a roll of duct tape, like stuff like that.
Motherfuckers.
But I still get to say I worked on The Apprentice, which is kind of fun to say. So
that is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I guess
it is.
I
mean, it's
for the dark times.
Good conversation starter.
Yeah, before the dumpster, the dumper,
the Trumpster fire,
the dump stuff. Should we tell everybody about your music video?
You know what? Let's play it right now.
And what happened, if you watched the election, I was called by the biggest people, political people. Congratulations, sir, you just won. Dumps. They call them dumps. Big, massive dumps.
This is disgusting.
Dumps. They call them dumps. Big, massive dumps. They call them dumps. Big, massive dumps. They call them dumps. Big, massive dumps. They call them dumps.
Massive dumps cost them the election. Huge dumps were happening all over the country.
They call them dumps. Big, massive dumps. They call them dumps. Big, massive dumps. Joe Biden did not get big, massive dumps. And by the way, he didn't beat Obama in the black, big, massive dumps. People don't want to get involved. I'm sure you felt that way.
This is disgusting.
Okay, great music video.
Cool. Awesome. So let me tell you about my morning. Can I tell you about my morning?
Yeah, man.
My morning started at 1 a.m. Well, no, my morning actually started at 12 a.m. because that's reality. And I tried to stay up for Mandalorian.
That doesn't count though. The night doesn't start until the morning begins, which is when the sun comes up, in my opinion.
Okay, so I never made it to morning. Can I tell you about my adventure trying to make it to morning?
Okay.
So I stayed up till like 2 a.m. and I was like all like pumped up, but like in a twilight because I was trying to stay up, but I was falling asleep. And I was on YouTube and I'm watching like Star Wars Theory and free plug for you, buddy, and a bunch of different like YouTubers that I actually respect, which is a short list these days because of the monetization and they're going for the the tags and the keywords that's going to get them views. Anyway, so I was going to stay up to watch Mandalorian. And then at 4 a.m. Eastern time, I was going to hop on a live stream on the 2Med2 YouTube channel, which is Michael Condon's YouTube channel. He goes live and he stays up.
We'll go live eventually once I figure out how to do that.
I think we should do it for the last episode of the season.
Okay.
Because it'll be around the holidays and like you may be up wrapping presents anyway or something. So maybe we'll do something
I'll wrap
like
them
that
as soon as possible.
Yeah. You'll wrap them as soon as possible, and then we'll talk about the Avengers team up that's gonna happen.
There's an Avengers team up gonna happen?
So that's my theory, but let's talk about this episode first, and then I'll tell you about like my Avengers theory.
Okay.
So what'd you think?
Oh my god, what a cool episode. Hold on. Be right back. I'm gonna get my notes. I took my notes on little. Oh, you can't really see them.
Too close.
Stick
Move
in
back.
space, man.
No, you're going through space.
R2D2 post-its. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, that's cool.
I really got to work with this background thing. Maybe I made it too strong. I don't know.
No, you know what it is? You really have to stay in the same depth the whole time. So if you're like moving back and forth, it's like
I move around.
No, it's fine. I mean, it still looks cool. It's kind of following you.
Kind of cool. I just wish it looked better. Maybe I'll try to actually use a green screen at some point.
Yeah, this way we could like play the episode scenes behind you while you're talking.
Okay, here's my ideas for the episode. Oh my god, what an episode. Holy crap. And it was exactly, I mean, I texted you earlier today. I said, oh my god, they're setting up that this father and son, he is so in love with that child. And if something happens to that child, they're setting it up so that we have maximum
Emotion.
upsetitude. Yes.
Emotion. And I mean, come on. He says,
God, he's so in love with that baby, and he's so proud of that baby.
When you texted me that he was in love with the baby, I knew it was the beginning of the episode where he goes, Grogu. And then he goes like this. Grogu goes, the sound he makes is Grogu. It's almost like he's got a little baby phlegm.
Yeah,
you know,
like,
yeah.
I think it's a word. I think it means what in like Baby Yoda language.
Yeah. And then I feel like Din does it a second time for his own amusement because he's not used to getting that reaction.
Grogu?
From him? Totally. Well, he got it the first time, and just like every viewer, somehow they predicted that we were going to love that moment and want to see it again from the Ahsoka episode where he said,
Grogu?
Yes, that's his name.
After he called him for the first time.
Grogu.
And they wanted us to know that, and they knew how amazing it was. So they're like, all right, we need to double that up in the next episode. You know what? They could have actually added that later, possibly with reshoots, but I could be wrong. But
yeah,
okay. Here's my ideas. Here's my notes on my R2D2 post-it notes.
Let me hear your
windows down at the beginning. We're gonna fly the rest of the way with the windows down. What awesome! That was awesome. And then he's flying, holding onto a baby.
Yeah. That's pretty rad.
He's the worst dad ever, but I'm in love with him and I don't care.
It was so cool. And you know Baby Yoda loves that. Like he loves the wind in his face.
Man, that Baby Yoda is a thrill seeker. You saw him how nuts he was getting in the Cara Dune episode with the
No, with IG-11 when he's flying.
No, the Cara, well, that too. But I was thinking the Cara Dune episode just recently with when he was doing all the loop-de-loops in the air. And the kid was
he loved that. Yeah. How about when he loved it so much he vomited.
Yes.
There was
vomit. When you're happy, you puke.
Well, trust me, I know. When I'm really happy, I puke. Yes.
Okay, here's my question. I guess just because they saw a ship show up, but I wrote down in my notes, why did Mando automatically think that Boba Fett's ship was a bad thing? And oh my God, when we saw Slave One, holy crap.
Well, because, dude, I think that planet is, like, there's not a lot of intelligent life on that planet. Like, that planet's pretty, like, Titan's not, there's no civilization on that planet.
Maybe that's the reason they made it the Jedi Temple, so they could be in solitude.
I mean, it's similar, it sounded like it was similar to Dagobah in a sense where, like, it's like no one goes there unless
there's no life, though, so why would it be so force sensitive? That's the question. Maybe they screwed that up.
Well,
there's a lot of life, and Dagobah was teeming with
that's
animal life.
That's not exactly true because in the Clone Wars into Rebels, we learned that there's spots in the galaxy that are attuned to the Force. Like with the Mortis arc with Anakin, Ahsoka, and Obi-Wan, there's that spot that they go to in the I think it was mid to outer rim. I forget exactly where, but like they're like there's nothing here, and then all of a sudden, you know, this place shows up that they're in with the remember the father's daughter son arc, Mortis.
Oh yeah, Mortis.
Weird shit.
Oh, I know.
And then the conversations happen with Ezra too, that there's spots in the galaxy that are attuned to the Force more so than others. So on Tython,
that's why they build the temples there, I guess, right?
yeah, but like at Tython really wasn't a temple. It was a place of meditation, a seeing stone, which is a spot on that planet that's just attuned.
Okay.
So, like just like on Lothal, well, there's temples on Lothal, but then when they go to Malachor or they go to in the other Sith planet, that Korriban or Morriban, they change the name all the time. Like there's spots where, you know, both the Sith and the Jedi find these Force sensitive spots where they can meditate on a higher frequency.
Yeah, sort of like where Luke is meditating on a meditation rock on Ahch-To.
Yeah, exactly.
Now here's my question. I wonder if there was any like more mystical stuff on Dagobah, like a seeing stone type of thing for Yoda.
I'm sure. I mean,
we got to get back to Dagobah.
Well, his main priority was was hiding himself from the dark side.
Oh, so maybe he's disconnecting from the Force.
Man, I
remember when he saw Ezra.
I used to remember this, but like because there is dark side energy on Dagobah, he was able to hide himself even better.
Where
it was
there's
like
light, there's dark.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, and the cave that Luke went into for his trial was definitely filled with Force.
So maybe in these places where there's like super high Force sensitive areas, there's like pockets of light side and pockets of dark.
I think so. Similar at Ahch-To, because Rey went to the dark down in the cave.
There's pockets then for sure.
Yeah.
Caves of dark side and probably like spots of light.
Yeah. So Din knew that like if anyone shows up right after we did, there's probably a 99.9% chance it's not good. I've got a lot of comments on the spoiler thread on the PCH group on Facebook that we can kind of.
Oh, let's hit that.
But
up
after I want to do your notes first.
Yeah, let's hit that up. That's great. I love that.
Yeah,
dude. That's genius.
Yeah. I that's fine because for PCH this week, next week, I'm gonna put up some questions that Johnny wants to answer, so we can go and plus we'll have another episode by then, so this is totally fine to do.
Oh, we'll have 1,000 episodes by then. Okay,
go on with the notes here.
Or do you want to say something more?
Go ahead.
Boba Fett, man, they made him so goddamn formidable without the armor. He just beat the crap out of all those guys. He was like what's his face from Rogue One.
He was like Din Djarin. Oh my god.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Chirrut.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, right?
Chirrut. Yeah. Chirrut. Yeah.
I'm one with the Force, and the Force is with me. I'm one with the Force.
He was beating the crap out of him with that shillelagh. Have we seen that shillelagh before, Mandalorian?
No, what is that?
It looks like a giant dental pick, but now we know it has some weight to it, it has some heft to it, and you can beat some ass with that thing.
Do the Sand People have that thing? Is that the
That could be it. Maybe he got it from Sand People.
Because his rifle looked like the Sand People's rifle.
Oh my God, that's right. And you know what? We know, well, the Christmas special isn't, the holiday special isn't canon, but he has that cool Mandalorian gun in that.
What, the
different rifle, different everything.
The fork that...
What's that?
You mean like the fork spear that electrocutes?
I think that's called a something stick, right?
Mando has that.
Yeah.
The electrocution thing.
Oh, no. Right now I'm talking about the shillelagh. It might be Sand People. I think that has a name. I'll look it up. We'll post it. Boop.
Yeah. So there it is. That's the name.
Here's my next one. We finally got to see Boba Fett fire off a rocket.
Is that a first?
Yes, I think. I mean, the only other time we've seen, Luke screwed up, or Han screwed up Boba's jet.
Boba Fett. Boba Fett. Where?
We've never seen it rocket fire, and I knew we were going to get that because people are so obsessed with the rocket firing Boba Fett prototype action figure.
Right.
You're going to see him. Well, we already saw it fire once, which was, oh my God, the jetpack had another rocket put into it.
Another one. It did.
Hold on
Another
one second.
rocket.
Hold on 1 second. Hitting pause real quick. All right, we're back. All right. The
So,
rocket firing Boba Fett. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Amazing.
another rocket was loaded into the
That dude
jetpack.
has some rockets, man. That Cobb Vanth probably like bought wholesale rockets.
Maybe he had to deal with the Jawas. They were just making rockets for him with like gunpowder and shit.
Or maybe when he went into oh my God, you know what? Boba Fett. No, we'll get to that. When he went in to get the armor and stuff out of the Razor Crest, maybe he found a bunch of rockets in there from Din Djarin from the Mandalorian, and he put them in. I don't know, but he wasn't in there that long.
Because Din has rockets, right? On his jetpack?
Sure, he does. Yes, I think we have seen him blow some stuff up.
Now
We did this episode, actually. I think I could be wrong.
No, I don't think we did. We did see it once before, but that wasn't the first time we've seen the jetpack that Boba Fett had fire off a rocket. And prior to Cobb Vanth firing it off, because that's Jango's armor. He said, "This is my father's armor," and Jango fired a rocket at Obi-Wan on Kamino in Attack of the Clones.
Have we ever actually learned that in canon that it is Jango's armor? Jango gave him his armor regardless, even when he was a kid. So that it couldn't have been big enough.
Right, but like I always assumed it wasn't the same because like Boba's armor is this color and like painted like this, and it doesn't look like.
Boba painted it to look like his kid armor.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe it was. Yeah, I mean, he confirms that it's his dad's armor, so I guess he painted it to be his.
No, the helmet can't be his dad's because he blew up his dad's helmet trying to kill Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars. He booby trapped the helmet.
You're right. I totally forgot about that episode.
Not me. I'm a genius.
You
I
are
forget things
genius.
that are important, not things that are Star Wars.
So he somehow got another Beskar Mandalorian helmet.
Or maybe his kid helmet was big enough. I don't know. Wait a minute though.
That maybe that explosion didn't kill the Beskar helmet. Maybe like it didn't blow up.
I don't know, because when Obi-Wan found the helmet, he saw the helmet, and he was like, oh, that's Jango's. Boba.
Right.
Yeah.
But like the explosion happened, but maybe he like went back and got the helmet after. I don't know.
Next thing in my notes.
Yeah.
Where is it? Okay. I wrote Razor Crest. No, they ain't fixing that thing. What's her face on Tatooine ain't gonna fix that now.
Imagine he has a toad to her, and he's like, yeah, picture it.
Brought it in bags, in garbage bags. That's funny, but yeah, man. If Boba hadn't gone in there and gotten his armor, there would be no more Boba Fett armor. Well, you know what? It could have survived the explosion.
I mean, it's Beskar. If a lightsaber is not cutting through Beskar, I'm sure a thermal detonator is not gonna like just totally destroy Beskar. He definitely.
But my God, man, there was nothing left of that ship. All that was left was a crater.
Here's a
Mandalorian spear.
Here's a perfect example. The ship was literally napalmed, and the spear is completely fine. So that helmet that he blew up for Obi-Wan is completely fine.
All right, so I'm not as anxious about that then. Thanks for quelling my nerves.
No, we needed to think about it. I mean, that makes sense. So I love the fact that this is the same exact armor that Jango wears in AOTC, and I love the fact that he's got his armor back, and I love Boba Fett, and he's so badass. And now people could shut the fuck up about saying that Boba Fett did nothing in the original trilogy, and he's like, why do you love him? Boba Fett's a badass.
Yes.
Han got lucky with that backwards blind shot.
I think more impressive without the armor, but it was cool to see it back on him.
I'll tell you one thing: when that Black Series figure comes out without the armor, with the what's it called?
I keep saying Bantha stick in my mind, but I know
whatever.
That's it. Bantha stick. Maybe you know what? It might be called a Bantha stick. Maybe they use that stick to wrangle the Banthas. I don't know.
Yep. No, there's definitely some Tatooine culture.
It's very similar to what circuses and stuff use to train elephants, unfortunately.
I thought they use a whip.
They use this stick with a spike on it so they can hit him with it. And it's pretty messed up, man.
So that's a bantha stick. It had a spike on it.
Maybe it's a bantha stick. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It might be called a bantha stick.
Dude, he's cracking Stormtrooper skull, imp skull open through the helmets. Like, it was... It's crazy.
Helmet and it's shattered like it was made out of plastic.
Yeah, the only other one to do that was the Forger, in the watch, the blacksmith lady.
Oh, she's badass. Is there a Forger action figure?
Dude, what if like... Yes, there is. I saw it recently. Actually. I'm gonna send it to you right now. Actually, I saw it recently.
Oh, I thought you were gonna actually send me the action figure. I was excited.
I mean, I do have some Black Series here that I have doubles of, but
don't worry about it. I'm good. Want to move on to my next thing?
Yeah, go. While I do this for you.
Okay, Razor Crest. No, I'm gonna crumple up this R2D2 and throw it. Okay. Next thing on my list. Oh, this is done too. Man, I'm getting right through this. These notes. Dark Troopers, very cool, and they are robot as heck, and they are very effective. Why do they even use Stormtroopers? They can just use Dark Troopers. I guess they're more expensive.
They're more expensive. They're new those are the first prototypes that have come out in canon. Those are the same exact Dark Troopers that are in Dark Forces Jedi Knight with Kyle Katarn.
And they actually call them Dark Troopers, which is pretty awesome. I was worried that they were going to call them something different, but you were right on.
Dude, they were amazing. Oh, look at this. We have a nice chat here in Zoom that we can use, and I can put stuff in there for you to look at. I love that.
Oh, I don't see it. I'll have to learn that later.
Just so you guys know, we switched over to Zoom. Today's our first Zoom meeting. Usually we're using Skype, and we're on our phone, so our video has been pretty crappy.
Yeah, and audio. So hopefully this will change things. And I'm hoping we could use this over data, and it'll be just as good. But we'll see. We'll do some tests.
I want to try, because I know we like to go on our adventures, so we use our phone. So like, I'd like to see the quality of this when you're walking around in your Luchador Kiss mask.
We'll try it later. We'll just try it messing around, and we'll record some really stupid content.
Yeah.
Okay, my next thing in the notes.
Go ahead.
Kidnapped. They got him. But you know what? Ben Hart already set me up for that, so I wasn't as freaked out when I saw it. But they were setting us up. If Ben Hart hadn't put that in my head already, I may have been a lot more devastated.
I mean, I figured that was going to happen. I figured, and I heard you and Ben talk about it, but I talked about it on the Sith list as well. And I also talked about it on PCH a little bit that was going to happen. So I was kind of prepared just like you were. But I'm worried about my wife and my mom seeing this because I feel like they're both going to be really, really upset.
You're going to have to give your wife a baby immediately.
I know. Yeah. Maybe for Christmas.
I think you're prepared. I think you can do it. I think you have the tools. I think you have the wherewithal.
I know. We'll see.
I've taught you everything I know about making babies.
We had to go here, huh?
Hey, I'm gonna hit pause really quick. I gotta get my charger, just like you yesterday. I'll be right back.
All right.
No worries. You're good.
I have to take a Donald dump.
No, I'm busy editing the episode because it just saved for the first time and adding a logo up into the top left corner, which is where our logo goes.
I just keep saying Donald Dump today because of your video.
I can't wait to add that in here. All right.
Hey, so we're going through your notes. It sounds like they're chronological.
They are.
I'd like to back. I'd like to back up before I forget.
Okay.
My father was a foundling. He fought in the Mandalorian Civil War. So for years, this guy in the Clone Wars on Mandalore, he was a traitor. His name was I just wrote this. His name was here it comes. I wrote this and now I can't fucking
take your time.
Hold on. Yeah. Where is I know who it is. It was Justin Anderson wrote me. His name was Almec. Almec was a big traitor in one of those Mandalorian episodes on Mandalore.
Meaning Traitor or traitor as in he trades things?
No, traitor as in a betrayer.
Bad guy.
In the Clone Wars, Almec was a traitor to Mandalore, and he said that Jango wasn't a real Mandalorian. He said that in the Clone Wars cartoon. So he was lying. And that's why, because that's the only piece of canon that we know about Jango's backstory, other than I'm just a simple man trying to make my way in the galaxy, you know, from what he says to Obi-Wan on Camino, that we went off of. And now we know that, and Hawes is probably really excited about this, that Jango Fett and his identical clone, normal aging clone, his son, Boba Fett, are true Mandalorians.
Basically, yeah. Yeah.
Because there'd been that debate if they were real Mandalorians or if Jango was just a scumbag bounty hunter who killed a Mandalorian and took his armor, which is not the case. He was a foundling.
Well, that was the next thing on my list was how cool it was that they were able to check his armor and see that it's Boba Fett's whole goddamn backstory is in the armor, like to prove it's him.
So I've always heard chain code. What's the chain code? You don't have a chain code. Where's the chain code on that? I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? Now I know what a chain code is. It's a fucking UPC, proof of purchase, fucking cereal bar.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like, oh, I passed all my video games and all my Black Series and Pops over to Bill Beck. I put the chain code on there, you know, that it gets passed down to Bill Beck from Mike Pappas.
Oh, before we get to that, and I need to go back for a second here because I'm looking at my list here. How about what's that girl's name that was working with Boba? She's amazing.
Oh, Fennec.
I forgot how cool she was, and how about how she knocked that boulder down and crushed all those.
Dude,
oh God, that looked devastating.
Dude, she knocked the boulder down, and I mean, how stupid are the stormtroopers, man? Like the imps. I mean, we've known this since 1977, but like he's standing there with the Gatling blaster, shooting it like it's gonna fucking break apart Rockstone Boulder, and it just fucking runs him over.
Well, I don't think stormtroopers are. I mean, they're really bad shots. I think that stormtroopers are more about overwhelming people with numbers more than they are like great technique. You know, they're not very smart. They're not the most well trained. They just keep coming.
I mean, you had two bounty hunters and a mercenary take down 30 stormtroopers, one heavy weapons, and then one bomber. I don't know what you call the he was in the yellow stripes. He was putting the grenade launchers in.
Yeah, that was cool. My God, it looked like old school war, man.
It was also cool to see. We saw it in season 1 with the Flame Trooper, and I know there's a Black Series Flame Trooper. I mean, we've been seeing more various types of troopers since Rogue One with Death Troopers and stuff. And obviously from the Clone Wars, it gets inspired from the clones, the Republic Army. But like, I can't help but think, like, in the Battle of Endor and even in Empire, like, in Empire on Hoth, like, where were the rest of these troopers? We had snow troopers, right? But, like, the troopers with the yellow and the red and, like, the commanders, like, we should just feel like we should have saw more of that in
maybe the Emperor and Vader had way too much confidence in themselves, and they didn't go for the big guns, you know? I don't know. That's just the way we Star Wars fans have to rationalize things if they don't.
No, it could be. I mean, they took down the lot, huh? 2 ships.
Oh my God, that's cool.
And then they retreated. The last stormtroopers had to retreat.
Yeah, I think, but then they got killed by the rocket.
Oh yeah, that's right. Duh. And then, it was cool when Din goes, "Nice shot," and Boba goes, "I was aiming for the other one."
Yeah.
Because he was trying to hit the first one. He hit the second one and it dominoed into the first one.
Awesome. Dude, Boba Fett's so much cooler now. My God. Like, they've added so much just in this episode.
So here's, I know you have more notes, but
I don't know where my notes went. I have to go downstairs and get them. I think I brought up my non-notes. I don't see any here anymore. But we got through most of them.
All right. So Brent Kirkostas on Pop Culture Hour, who's also my cousin, says, does Din take over Slave One now because he needs a ship?
I feel like he will have it eventually. I'm not sure if that means that we're going to see the death of Boba Fett or not, or what's going to happen. But they can't kill him off. He's so much cooler now.
I mean, I don't think, as much as I would love Din to have Slave One, I feel like you can't kill Boba right now. You just like brought him back in the most epic way possible.
Oh my God. Yeah, seeing him whoop ass with that bantha shillelagh was amazing.
By the way, he's really hard to kill. I mean, he survived a Sarlacc ingestion.
Oh, and how cool was it that what's her face said? Oh, I think Boba said I was left for dead once, just like her. Sometimes things just work out that way or something, which was nice. We still haven't seen him escape the Sarlacc pit, which I thought we were going to see it early on the season. We haven't.
I think if we do get the Boba book, novel, or TV show, we will flash back to how he gets out and what happens. Here's another thing.
Novel, I'm going to be so upset. I need to see it.
I agree. Here's another thing. What the fuck's he been doing for 5 years? Because when he flew Slave One up, he goes, "The Empire, they're back." Like, dude, where the fuck have you been? They're not completely gone yet. So, like, your adventures in the past 5 years have had nothing to do with the Empire, and maybe you didn't even leave Tatooine. I was thinking maybe he left Tatooine and he came back because he tracked the armor finally.
Yeah, and the ship it works, so why wouldn't he have? But you know what? He very well could have just gotten the ship. He could have been just laying low this entire time because he's been, he was in a Sarlacc and he's trying to recover. That could take you a while. I mean, look how long Batman was in that pit after Bane broke his back. It takes a while.
Well, you do get digested over 10,000 years. Is that what 3PO said?
I think it's 1,000.
That's 1,000.
Yeah,
so like
a lot of years.
yeah. So like for 5 years, maybe he was just eating the leftovers down there in the stomach.
Oh my God, how long was he in there? Good question.
Like maybe he didn't get out like right when the sail barge left, like right when the sail barge blew up. Like
I'm guessing that the Sarlacc in the first episode of the second season that they talk about the crate dragon eating, that's not the same Sarlacc because it's a different pit. Unless that Sarlacc moved.
No, that's not the pit of Carcoon. The pit of Carcoon was close to the Jabba's palace. This is
have gotten the Sarlacc.
Well, if you look on the map where Mos Pelgo is, I mean, this is obviously across the Dune Sea, but like it's like the other side of the planet. So
I'm gonna pop up a picture of this map you're talking about. There's a map.
Just look up the map of Tatooine, and then with Mos Pelgo, we'll find it. There it is. There you go. So for them to meet up with the Sand People and actually walk a day or 2 days to where the cave is, where the crate dragon is, who ate the Sarlacc, is not the pit of Carcoon, which is closer.
You know what? We don't know for sure that he ate the Sarlacc, but we're just assuming he did because it took over the spot, and he's saying it is if you eat the Sarlacc. So I'm guessing it must mean that he ate the Sarlacc.
Yeah. And a Sarlacc, I mean, I've seen what it looks like in concept art outside of the ground or the sand. It's like a Raftar mutated like times 10.
I've seen art. I don't think it's concept art, but I've seen a crate dragon eating a Sarlacc.
That's badass.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Well, it just shows it when it's in its mouth. I think basically like with the old crate dragon with like many different legs and all that fun stuff.
But like, here's another thing. So in season 1, when in episode 5, season 1 with Toro, when Mando goes into Mos Eisley and he goes into the cantina, and the bartender droid is like, yeah, there's no more bounty hunters here. There's no more drama here. There's no crime here. Like, was Boba literally just sitting around for like a year or 2 years or 5 years, like on Tatooine doing nothing?
I think he's literally getting himself. Since Return. Well, I think he's recovering over the years.
Yeah, those scars are pretty fucked up on his face.
Yeah, and who knows how much of his body's now cybernetic.
Maybe he was in the Twi'lek healing baths.
Cybernetic stomach, for Christ's sake.
Dude, he built her a cybernetic stomach.
Yeah. Well, he at least got it for her. Good Lord.
I wonder if she still has acid reflux or not. She probably doesn't get that anymore.
Probably not, man. She probably has acid reflux that she can shoot out on her enemies.
I think Boba was in the Twi'lek healing baths for a while.
Could be.
Yeah.
And in a Bacta tank for this whole time.
Yeah, that too. He definitely paid for some Bacta.
Yeah.
So
my last thing I wrote on this.
Go ahead. Yeah.
We obviously saw that Baby Yoda was captured by the Dark Troopers, and Moff Gideon. Oh my God, Moff Gideon is such a cock. I wrote that down for sure.
Such a cock.
So condescending and shitty to Baby Yoda. Oh my God. Oh, look at you! You never seen one of these before. Oh, he's so great. I love Moff.
Remember these from times past, or whatever the fuck he said.
I have one and you don't.
He was a real asshole.
Oh, at the end, I realized do they not succeed in getting Baby Yoda and like harvesting him for years? Because Snoke exists, and we're assuming that Baby Yoda is what they use to create Snoke.
I don't think in my
Mandalorians in Baby Yoda's blood is what gives Snoke his powers, is what I think, right?
we're assuming that, and I'm speculating that Snoke does not exist yet. If that's the case, if he really is.
No, he doesn't. I think we saw him in those cloning tanks in the Cardoon episode.
I think those are experiments for cloning and for creating that will eventually have some connection to the technology and the science that has to do with Snoke and Palpatine's clones. But
making Snoke soon, though, if he's going to be around long enough to seduce Ben Solo.
But the Palpatine clone thing is Camino in technology only because Rey's dad's already alive, and that's a clone of Palpatine that was not force sensitive or not evil.
Is Rey alive yet?
Rey is not alive. Rey is a baby.
Okay.
Rey would be Rey's a baby almost. God, it's so hard to do the math because now you're talking 1 to 2 years at this point difference.
Mandalorian season 3. Once Baby gets handed off,
she's a baby.
Baby Rey.
She's a baby because Ben is born. Ben is born at this point. He's a baby too.
Yes.
Because they had Ben a year after Return of the Jedi, I believe.
Oh yeah. Han and Leia were knocking boots like crazy after Return of the Jedi. You couldn't once Han realized, oh, he's your brother? All right, let's go bang.
Yeah, and Rey's a few years younger than Ben, so I feel like she's a baby. If I'm wrong, you can correct us in the comments, but I feel like she's a baby now.
Sure.
But like Palpatine's clone, but maybe so Palpatine had a clone, couldn't use the Force, wasn't evil. They need Baby Yoda blood to do it right. To make
maybe Rey's dad was a clone of Palpatine they were planning on doing, but he didn't work out because he couldn't use the Force.
That's why they need Baby Yoda's blood, so they can get it to midichlorian count high enough on the clone.
And the reason they're using Baby Yoda is Baby Yoda will live forever, and he could be a donor forever as long as they keep him the right way.
Oh, that's
He lived 900 years, for Christ's sake. He could power Snoke for a long time, as long as, you have to get a lot of blood from him. He's a little tiny little bastard, but maybe they can clone the blood or the midichlorians. I don't know.
Well, they've got him. Dr. Pershing's coming and take some more blood from him. Remember, Dr. Pershing doesn't want to kill him. He wants to keep him alive. I think Gideon wants
a good guy who's like in servitude.
Similar to Quill. Nick Nolte's Quill, the Ugnaught, who was like, I paid my due, and he was a slave.
Oh, maybe this is how Dr. Pershing pays his due, by doing whatever the Empire says, and maybe they'll eventually let him go.
I don't know. We'll find out because he'll be back next episode, I think.
Yeah. All right. How about that point when Baby Yoda started beating up those stormtroopers?
Yeah, he force choked one. He threw the other against the wall. It reminded me
of both of them, and then smashed them together.
Yeah.
Captain, stop.
Wait.
Yeah, it reminded me of when Yoda came into the Senate office and took the royal guards and threw the royal guards on the floor before he fought
Yes,
Palpatine.
I bet that's what they're going for, now that you mentioned it.
Yeah, but Yoda never force chokes anybody. That's a dark side ability, which makes me feel like maybe he was kind of trained by some dark side after the temple got purged, because he knows how to force choke people, which is not
Gideon
Jedi
loves him. Maybe Gideon did some stuff with him. Who knows?
I feel like Palpatine and Anakin had a run-in, or Vader had a run-in with Baby Yoda before their demise.
What if Baby Yoda's blood is being used to remake Palpatine? Maybe his clones couldn't use the Force, so they're like, we got to fix this. Yeah, maybe that's what you were saying earlier, huh?
Yeah, that's exactly what
Snoke might be just nothing. Maybe they even use Palpatine's blood to make Snoke.
If Snoke was the alpha test, then there was a beta test to the client going live, which is Palpatine in Rise of Skywalker hooked up to the machine.
Dude,
that's what I got.
All those clones in the cloning tanks in that episode,
Yeah.
What if those weren't Snoke? What if those were Palpatine? I never even thought of it that way. I always thought it was Snoke from the start because the head was kind of big and kind of messed up looking, but it could have been Palpatine.
I think the whole experiment is connected. I think the Snoke to Palpatine is connected.
Okay,
I
so they
think-
made Snoke as in like an offshoot of the Palpatine cloning, maybe.
Yes. And it couldn't be Palpatine because they needed a new person to rise to power, and Palpatine wanted to be behind the scenes, behind that.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons, for security mostly in the beginning, until the Force awakened his granddaughter for him. Awakened. Force awakened.
Awoke his granddaughter.
Yeah, whatever.
Wake up his granddaughter.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was a great episode.
Every episode is great, and I keep thinking to myself, "Oh my God, was that just the best episode of the series?" And it's like every one they're building. It's not. They're not letting it rev down, and I love that.
Oh, I promised I would tell you about my Avengers team up. So they're gonna
Okay.
they're gonna have to rescue Baby Yoda. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think the next episode it'll be a little side adventure while he's collecting his all-star rescue crew. I think you're gonna see Bill Burr's crazy mercenary character because he already mentioned it to Cara Dune.
Oh, that's him they're trying to get. Okay, I was trying to figure out who that was.
That was Bill Burr's character from episode 5 last season.
Yeah.
And then I think Bo-Katan's gonna come in, maybe Ahsoka in the last episode. You're gonna have maybe Cobb Vanth, maybe Grief Karga. I think it's gonna be like a Avengers Endgame team up.
That
you know,
makes
to go-
sense to me. There's no way they're putting together all these great characters not to become something big towards the end. What if they do as a finale to Mando? No, they can't do that to TV show. They got to let it end in the thing. I was gonna say, what if they did a movie? But they could do a movie and throw it on Disney Plus and call it the last episode.
I don't think there's a reason for them to do a movie at this point.
True. I mean, the TV show's great. I just want it to be long form, more long form than 35.
Yeah, I do too. But at the same time, we're getting way more Star Wars like this in a shorter period of time. If you
Damn
count the
straight.
hours.
Damn straight.
And-
Right.
And if you see how the world is changing in terms of entertainment, I mean, Warner Brothers just announced that their whole slate's going to be on HBO Max and theaters at the same
Yeah,
time.
you sent me that today.
So Disney doesn't have any value or extra profitability at this point. I feel like they're going to make money on Disney Plus. Maybe they'll cash in on a movie for this series, but I doubt it. I think Star Wars movies will
Yeah,
come.
why would they? You're right. It should be all done on the show. I mean, why disservice the show by making it a movie? You're right.
Yeah. Wow, we did like a real episode, you and me.
Yeah.
Cool. This is cool.
And by the way, anybody watching, please subscribe. Don't just watch, because if you subscribe, or if our numbers are higher, we do better as far as searching is concerned and all that fun stuff on YouTube. We're more visible if we have more subscribers. So
Yeah,
please
we do.
like, please subscribe, and it'll add to our success. And thank you all for watching. Love you all. See you later.
Cool. I don't know why my dog is barking. Jackson, shut up.
Probably Monster. Bye.
Bye. Love you. Bye.